Hello and welcome to the Vedic Spirituality channel. I'm your host, my name is Madan Gopal Das, and I'm very excited to welcome you to the new episode, my third video. Today's topic, I want to talk about religion versus spirituality. First of all, I would like to make short disclaimer what I understand about religion. I think many people, when they use the word religion, they associate the organized religion. They associate the word religion with organized religions, such like Christianity, and in Christianity there is the Catholic Church, there's the Protestant Church, there's the Orthodox Church, and then like Judaism, then Islam is a big one, of course, then Hinduism, and people generally understand religion in these terms, that there are big organized institutions and so on. But for me, I understand under religion not so much the political part of it, but rather the internal spiritual part. I understand under religion in that way. When I use the word religion, I mean that. Because if we are talking about institutions such as like a Catholic Church or these different institutions that call themselves religions, I believe it's that is mostly about politics, about power games, and things like this, and not so much about the original meaning of religion. So, what is the original meaning of religion? It comes from a Latin word, religio, which means to reconnect, to connect to God, to the Supreme, to the higher consciousness, to the Supreme consciousness. And as such, religion has the same meaning as yoga, because yoga just literally means link, means actually linking the individual consciousness with the Supreme consciousness. And if we're talking about the Supreme consciousness, that is of course God. Many like to call it God in the New Age scene, rather they like to call universe or all consciousness or whatever. But basically it's the same thing. There's different wordings, a little bit different flavors, but it's actually the same thing. As I understand religion and as I understand spirituality, it is for me practically the same. I don't see any difference, and I believe if somebody sees difference, then he's not diving deep enough in either or. He's either not diving deep enough into spirituality, nor he's diving deep enough into religion. Therefore, he will see differences. But if we're diving deep and we understand the core things, then religion and spirituality is the same. So I would say that a religious person who like condemns spirituality and says, oh, these people who are doing spiritual, they're all Satan worshippers, or they're all on the wrong path and they are possessed by demons and they're worshipping demons and they're stuff like that, I think they are rather fanatic, because God's creation, everything is God's creation. Also angels are God's creations, also spirits are God's creations, fairies, and all these mystical beings which spiritual people like to connect to, they're all God's creation. So if you as a religious person, you're focusing on God, but you're not acknowledging which is the creation of God, then something is wrong with you. Something you didn't understand. You didn't connect really to God. It's just a mind concept that you follow. It's not just a concept of the mind. It's not actually that you realized God. If you would realize God, you would also realize His creation. And you will also see that all these different things like crystals and angels and even tarot, astrology, these are all creations of God, and it's all God's gift to the humanity, or God's creation, and humanity can use it. And in the same time, if you are like a spiritual person and you trying to expand your consciousness and trying to have deeper experiences than just the blunt materialism, then but you you say, I don't want to worship God, I don't want to have to do anything with God, I don't want to pray to God, then I think also something is wrong with you, because expanding the consciousness means you should go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and in the very depths of everything, on the very bottom of everything, finally there is God. That is the supreme whole, which is God, I would say. So like, let's say you work with topics like the law of attraction, or but you do not acknowledge, you're speaking about universal laws, but you do not acknowledge the lawmaker, then your spiritual journey is not complete. It is absolutely all right to do this, but you should not get stuck on a certain level. You should go further and further and further, and if you're not reached to the highest level, which means connection with God, which means yoga, which means religio, which means religion, if you not come to that stage, to the completely highest consciousness, which means God consciousness, that you see how everything emanates from one source, which is God, if you not come to that stage, then you're just stuck somewhere on the way there. And that is all right, but to just stay there and to condemn everything which is beyond that, that is not all right. So therefore I would say religion and spirituality is the same thing. It has the same goal, and everyone who pursues spirituality, he should come to a point where he can understand, yes, religion and spirituality is the same thing. And everyone who is going a religious path should also acknowledge that those who are practicing spirituality, they're also on the same path, and they will eventually reach the same goal. Yeah. So that is my thoughts on spirituality versus religion. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and see you next time. Hare Krishna.